Kenneth Anderson Kitchen is a British Bible scholar, ancient Near Eastern historian, and personal and Brunner Professor Emeritus of Egyptology and Honorary Research Fellow at the School of Archaeology, Classics and Egyptology, University of Liverpool, England. He is one of the leading experts on the Egyptian Third Intermediate period, having written over 250 books and journal articles on this and other subjects since the mid-1950s. He has been described by the Times as the very architect of Egyptian chronology. Third Intermediate Period. His 1972 book The Third Intermediate Period in Egypt is regarded by historians as the standard and most comprehensive treatment on this era. It noted a hitherto unknown period of co-regency between Susen I with Amenemop and Asorkon III with Taklit III, and established that Shabiku of the 25th dynasty was already king of Egypt by 702 BC, among other revelations. Some of its points are now slightly dated. It stated that Taklit II succeeded Asorkon II at Tanis, whereas most Egyptologists today accept it was Shoshenq III. Secondly, the book presented King Shoshenq II as the high priest of Amen-Shoshenq, a son of Asorkon I, who predeceased his father. However, this interpretation is weakened by the fact that no objects from Shoshenq II's intact burial at Tanis bears Asorkon I's name. Finally, contra Kitchen, most Egyptologists today such as Rolf Krauss, Aidan Dodson and Jürgen von Beckerath accept David Aston's argument that the Crown Prince Asorkon B. Taklit II's son, assumed power as Asorkon III, a king of the Theban 23rd dynasty in Upper Egypt. Ramside period. Kenneth Kitchen is also regarded as one of the foremost scholars on the Ramside period of the New Kingdom. He published a well-respected book on Ramesses II in 1982 titled Pharaoh Triumphant: The Life and Times of Ramesses II, King of Egypt. Kitchen is a scholar who advocates a high view of the Old Testament and its inherent historicity. His 2003 book on the reliability of the Old Testament documents several clear or indirect allusions to King David's status as the founder of ancient Israel based on passages in the Tel Dan and Mesha Stelas as well as in Shoshenq I's Karnak list. Kitchen has strongly criticized the new chronology views of David Rohl, who posits that the biblical Shishak who invaded Israel in 925 BC was actually Ramesses II rather than Shoshenq I, and argues that the 21st and 22nd dynasties of Egypt were contemporary with one another due to the absence of dynasty 21 Apis Bull Stel in the Serapeum. Kitchen observes that the word Shishak is closer philologically to Shoshenq I, and that this pharaoh records in his monuments at Thebes that he campaigned actively against ancient Israel and Judah. Kitchen also notes that there are various contemporary non-Serapeum sources such as the Karnak priestly annals, the Nile key texts, and various stelas which mention these Dynasty 21 and Dynasty 22 kings. Biblical scholarship. Kitchen is an evangelical Christian, and has published frequently defending the historicity of the Old Testament. He is an outspoken critic of the documentary hypothesis, publishing various articles and books upholding his viewpoint, citing several types of proof for his views, showing that the depictions in the Bible of various historical eras and societies are consistent with historical data. Kitchen has also published articles from the Biblical Archaeology Review including Where Did Solomon's Gold Go? Shishak's military campaign in Israel confirmed, the Patriarchal Age Mythohistory, and How We Know When Solomon Ruled. Significant works. 2012. Treaty, Law and Covenant in the Ancient Near East. 3 volumes. Wiesbaden. Harrisowitz. 2009. Kenneth Kitchen, Egyptian Near Kingdom topographical lists in Causing His Name to Live, Studies in Egyptian Epigraphy and History in Memory of William J. Murnane, Brill, 2003, On the Reliability of the Old Testament, Grand Rapids and Cambridge, William B. Edmonds Publishing Company, ISBN 08028-49601. 2002, Kenneth Kitchen, Ancient Egyptian Chronology for Aegianists, MAA 2, December 2002, 1999. Poetry of Ancient Egypt, Johnsard, Piastrums 4 Lag, 1994. Documentation for Ancient Arabia, Part 1, Chronological Framework and Historical Sources, The World of Ancient Arabia 1. Liverpool, Liverpool University Press. 1982. Pharaoh Triumphant, The Life and Times of Ramesses II, King of Egypt. Monument to Anasheen dedicated to Mississauga. Benburn Publications. 1977. The Bible in Its Whirl. Exeter, Paternoster. Downers Grove. InterVarsity Press. 1978. 1972. The Third Intermediate Period in Egypt. 1972. Second ed. 1996. Third ed. Warminster, Aris and Amp. Phillips Limited. 1998. 1969 to 1990. Ramside Inscriptions, Historical and Biographical. 8 vols. Oxford, B. H. Blackwell Limited. 1966. Ancient Orient and Old Testament. London, Tyndale Press. Chicago, InterVarsity Press. 1962. Suppiluliuma and the Amarna Pharaohs, A Study in Relative Chronology. Liverpool University Press.